Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Profitable Salon Owner, brought to you by Vagaro Salon Software. And our motto, of course, is that get salon owners profitable fast. Kath and I have just been having a major giggle here, though. So if you catch us sort of giggling offside today, it's we were just sitting here getting ready and prepped for this presentation, and Catherine looks out the window over my shoulder and she says, "Oh my gosh, what's that?" We turn and look, and here's this naked woman hiding in the bushes. So she's got a pillow in front of her and a pillow behind her. So we go out, and it turns out that she's had a fight with a friend, and the friend has locked her out of the house. And
yeah, so we did give her something to cover up with, but poor girl.
So anyways, it was kind of a chuckle. So you have to forgive us if we have a moment this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. Catherine and I are the two blondes, and where's our picture? Here we are. I think.
Hey, I may be a little slow today. I just came back yesterday from vacation, so this
2 weeks
on the beach.
Seriously,
so I'm still in beach mode, so you'll have to excuse me.
At least you've washed the sand off.
Barely. Barely.
And of course, here we are enjoying a lovely glass of Prosecco in one of our favorite locations. We have been the two blondes for about 6 years now, I think, Kath. Yeah. And our passion, of course, has been working with salon owners and stylists and estheticians and spas, and helping them get better at their business. And it's been the most amazing adventure that we've ever had. And today, of course, we're going to be talking about one of our favorite things to do, which is party.
Yes. So here we go. Parties for profit.
Yes. Parties are very important. Profits are even more important.
Yeah.
And can you have a party that makes a profit?
Absolutely.
Damn straight, baby.
Do it all
you
the
sure
time.
Can. And so today we're going to give you some hints on how, what, why, when, and where to turn something that is really, really fun into a money-making proposition for you.
Yeah.
So hang in there. Let's get cracking, Catherine.
Yeah. And, it's interesting. You may think, well, why are you talking about that now? It's summer. Everybody's in the summer mode. However, if we don't talk about it now, this is mid-August, so by the time you even get your headspace into thinking about it, it's going to be September. And then before you know it, it's going to be October. And as we will talk about as we go further down the road, you need to plan these things.
You need to plan everything, but parties in particular. Now, I'm a huge believer in networking and being able to reach out. I also really believe that we have to stay in touch with our clients in between their visits. So parties do a couple of things. Not only do they help us generate revenues, etc., but they give us an opportunity to stay in contact with our clients and, of course, to reward them for being our clients.
That's right. It's a great networking opportunity.
It is.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the types of events that we can have. Moving right along. So here we go. And this is one that everybody at some point does, customer appreciation. But I've seen a lot of customer appreciation events that are great. They're phenomenal. They're well thought out. But the one thing that people don't think out is, how am I going to make money from this customer appreciation event? Right. So we hopefully will have some tips and tricks for you to make money from your event while it doesn't appear that you are trying to make money from the event.
That you're trying to have fun. And one of the things that we have found is that parties for profits are really only done by a small percentage of salon and spas.
Totally.
And, we think this is kind of awkward because they are such great business builders. And that's, of course, one of the reasons why we wanted to bring this topic to you today, is to share with you some of the reasons why it is so easy to do. And customer appreciation is one of the easiest things to do, to tell your clients that you're grateful that they're your clients.
And this is a really great time to do this, because if you do have some vacation time left, you can maybe on the beach, put your thinking cap on and come up with some great ideas. And it gives you time to think about things. And obviously, Christmas is going to be upon us in
Oh my gosh, did you just say the C word?
I did. In like less than 4 months.
Well, and that is the thing, is that, we often, we get so busy doing things. Back to school's coming up, and, we're all in that New Year mode sort of thing, and we're moving on to new ideas. But if we're not planning what's happening over Thanksgiving and Christmas, they don't happen. We've got to think about it right now.
And you can't put this together, in 2 weeks.
You can't do it on the fly.
You can't do it on the fly. The more you plan for these events, the more successful they will be.
And a successful event is not only a huge money maker at the time, but really what I want you to think about is future business building. Okay. Gift certificate sale.
Yep. We will talk about how you can approach that. I think everyone should have gift certificates for sale all year, but at certain times of the year, we can definitely
ramp it up, baby.
Yeah, do an event around your gift certificate sale. And then events that we do, probably every year, we do them pretty seasonally. Events like, doing blow dry events where you give tips and
makeup demos.
Yeah, but get the clients to bring in their blow dryer, get them to bring in their brushes, and then you can sell blow dryers, you can sell brushes, you can upsell,
you can do all sorts of things. But the informational idea gives you an opportunity to invite your clients to share information with them. You're educating them. You are giving value for their time. And that's a really important thing.
And makeup demos are...
Oh, they're huge.
They're a given.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to learn how to put their makeup on better, and again,
or new tips. Yeah. We always think,
well, seasonal
right?
is great.
Yeah.
And a big thing, and I can't tell you, like 1 in 3 women are thinning hair.
Yes.
And educate yourself and then start educating your clients. So thinning hair info night.
Yeah. You'll be surprised at how many people, and there's so many of your clients that are sitting in your chair that think they have fine and thinning hair and really don't know what to do about it. So, you get them out and all of a sudden you entertain them and educate them. And of course they become your lifelong clients when you tie them that way.
Yeah.
I think one of the big ones in events is also the product launch, because manufacturers and the manufacturers that you represent are constantly bringing out new products. And what a great idea to bring people in to have a product launch, to introduce a new product. You get it out into their hands, they try it out, everybody gets excited. Your people at the stations, of course, they end up knowing more about it as well. So they become better representatives of that product.
And I know in my spa in Winnipeg, we do that probably at least twice a year. We do smaller product launches, but then we also have much larger events that are all around the
product line
that we happen to use. Fundraisers.
Great idea.
Always in the back of your mind, we're always getting asked to donate for, fundraisers. But why don't you think about having a fundraiser? If there's a charity that you are particularly aligned with, plan to do something with that charity to raise money for the charity. Everybody likes to feel as if they're contributing.
And part of that community. And, one of the things that Catherine and I have noticed over the years is that salons and spas do get inundated with people requesting funds. So you give a little of this and you give a little of that, you give a little bit here, a little bit there. But sometimes by having a group that you really sponsor and take care of, you can have a bigger impact on that charity or that cause. Because, rather than $5 here, $20 here, whatever, you put it all together and you have an annual amount of money that really has an impact on a particular cause. And I think that can really be impactful. So when you put it together with a fundraiser that you're supporting your cause, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I really believe in that. Trade shows.
That's a good one.
I think we overlook trade shows. And what I mean is like women's shows, health shows.
In other words, you're going out to them.
Yeah, you're going out to them. But you still need to plan that.
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
And
I mean, we've done some trade shows, Kath, and they do take, first of all, they start handing out spots, 6 to 12 months ahead of time. So you've got to book your spot. You've got to figure out, well, what are you that you're going to do there? What are you going to sell there? Who's going to work there? There's so many things, right? But they can be very, very powerful.
But it is an event.
It is an
You
event.
have to look at this as an event. So there's so many different ways that you can actually create an event. You just have to pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
Pick one or two or three, whatever if you're really,
I would like to really say something about the picking one, though, because one of the things that we often hear from our business owners is that they've tried an event once and they say, oh, we didn't make any money. It didn't work. But I got to tell you, you have to persevere. If you're going to do something, you need to be consistent with it. You need to try it over and over again. And what you'll find is it's like a step program. Every time you do it, it gets better and better and more profitable and more profitable.
And I think that's because you learn from it.
Each one.
And it's no different than us in my salon, in my spa in central Canada. We started off our events and they were small. We were thrilled that we got 20 people to come, and now we have to cap them because as we've done it over the years, we just, the team get better and better at it, and people want to come. So now we have a cap that we put on the number of people that we can invite into our big event.
Isn't that amazing that you actually have to cap the number of people coming? So just never think of it as this is a one-time only deal. This is something that you're going to do on a regular basis. You're going to be amazed at the type of money and revenue and ideas that it generates for you and your people.
So what is your ultimate goal in creating an event?
Fun?
Sales. Yes, fun, but sales. I want you to get in the sales mode. And most people, when they're planning a customer appreciation or a party, that's not really what they're in, but get in the sales mode.
Because in the end, this is ultimately a business building event. That's right, business building, and we're going to make money doing it.
So we're just going to touch on the fundamentals of event planning. And this is available in a PDF. And if you would like the PDF of these checkpoints, you can
send an email to support@vagaro.com and they will make sure you get it. Right, Kat?
Thank you. So fundamentals. First thing, when you decide you're going to have an event, is who's going to manage the event?
Yes.
Who is going to lead the show on this event? And I mean, you may be a business of one, so guess what? You are wearing that hat. In fact, you're wearing all the hats. So, but that doesn't matter. You have to be the leader. So you have to hold yourself accountable. And then if you've got more than one person involved, you have to define everyone's role in what they're going to do. But the big thing is, and I will tell you, because I've done this over and over and over again, is you have to give them timelines.
Absolutely. If you don't lay out what they have to do and when they have to do it, everything kind of falls apart. But here's the great thing. It's like everything else that Catherine and I teach. It's about a system. So you put everything down on paper, what needs to be done, who's going to do it, what time it's going to happen, and then you've laid it out. But guess what? You've also laid out the plan for all the future events as well. So, it's every time you do it, it's going to get better and better, and you're going to tweak it, but you've got your basic plans already in place. So the timelines are extremely important.
Yeah, and that I would say that the timelines are one of the absolute biggest things. It's what most of us forget. You give somebody a role, but then there's no expectation for when that, what they have to do needs to be done.
Yes, because it's like, how it's like you never really arrive. You never go, there, we're done. No, it just keeps on giving.
Alrighty, so next we have to decide
the event.
The event
Oh,
itself.
the event, darling.
So what is it?
And who will attend?
And how many would you like to attend?
Oh, that is actually a very, very interesting point. Because?
Well, one of the things we've heard a lot is, what happens if if all of these people show up, and I'm going, great. If all of them show up, fantastic. But I will tell you, you probably have to send out 5 times the invitations for the amount of attendees. So if you want 20 people to show up, you may need to send out 100 invites.
Exactly. And the other thing is, Kath, you've got here who will attend, because, in a salon and spa, we have a diverse number of clients. So it is possible that you may want to segment and send out invitations to a specific segment of your clientele or whatever, so really think about who is it that's going to attend. Will your clients be allowed to invite guests? There's all these things to take into consideration, right?
And the one thing that I will say is often we will attach a dollar amount we send out an invitation, but we also attach a dollar amount to the invite. And when I talk about fundraisers, that money goes directly to whatever charity it is that we are sponsoring that year.
So the reason that we're putting a number to it is because when something has value, then people have to give it more value. If we're only doing things at no charge and free, it loses its ability to have an impact and to have value. People are far more willing to actually put out some money to come to an event because they believe it will have value. So I want you to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and it really does work. In all the years that we've been doing this, we have only had one person actually ask for their $10 back because they could not get to the event.
Well, and I remember the year, Catherine, this was several years ago, where you had an event planned and it ended up being like the major snowstorm blizzard. Yeah. And you thought for sure that nobody was going to show up because the roads were closed. It was hazardous. It was dreadful. And when you got to the door, they were already lined up waiting to get in
because the first 50 people or 40 people, we gave away
a gift basket, right?
Yeah, gift bag.
So, it's amazing what people will come out for, especially if they've spent the money on it. Then they're going to come out, snow, wind, whatever. Yeah. So it's important. And then the last note here is the main purpose for the event.
Yeah. Sorry, my trigger finger was clicking faster than you were talking.
Oh, that mouse.
Oh. So the main purpose for the event. I mean, we've given you a group of things that you can think about, making the event for. I'm just going to say today that we're thinking about Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes.
Is going to be kind of our main thing for today.
Yes, but you can do it for anything, as we said. So let's talk about that theme for the event.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. Yes. It's Christmas time. Okay,
quiet. And, things like, will you be serving food or drinks? Now, we usually always serve wine and cheese and fruit.
Right. Something pretty easy, right? We try not to do too many like crackers or bread, but cheese and fruit are really easy to pick up. You can have, and there's sometimes there'll be somebody who comes in and they can't eat dairy. So you've got the fruit there, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it really easy. Veggies are great as well.
Yeah. And will there be a guest speaker?
Yes. And this is very important.
Because what is an expert?
Somebody from 50 kilometers away or 50 miles.
Or 1,000 feet, but it's somebody not
in your group.
And we often will have a guest speaker who comes in to do a little blurb, depending on what it is that we're doing. So.
And it's amazing how much of an impact it has, because seriously, when someone outside the group tells you that something is wonderful and gives you a new hint on how to use it or process it or whatever, all of a sudden it's like, wow, did you hear what that person said about this? And you think, well, didn't I just tell you that the other day?
Yeah, often we'll bring somebody in that is outside of our group who will do makeup demos. Or, talk about skincare, or be doing a demo, a blow-dry demo. So anything like that. So that to me is a guest speaker. So they don't have to be actually standing on a podium speaking. They can be doing something. And then think about your slogan for the event. There's a million slogans that you can use for the event, depending on but you want something catchy. I think one of our slogans further as we go along is beauty by nature.
Beauty by nature, I like
and
that.
that's one of our skincare
I like
events.
Bringing inner beauty out.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one.
Lots of different things that you can think about. And then moving along, the timeline. Timeline is really, really important. Now we have to think about it. When will the event take place? Is this going to be something that takes place while the business is open? You know, are you going to have the business running at the same time that the event is going on? That's a little tricky. And
it can be.
Yeah, I find that that's a little bit tricky to pull off. So we usually will always do either a Monday evening or a Sunday.
Which is actually a fantastic day to do an event, because often Sunday's kind of that hang day, you know, where you're often just sort of, you know, sometimes you have something to do, sometimes you don't, right?
Yeah, and we always do it, you know, after church gets out, and in that kind of 1 to 4 time on a Sunday afternoon is when a lot of people are around, or we do it on a Monday evening. It seems that seems to be the evening that most people are available. So it's your, you know, but it all depends on where you are, where you're located, what your client base is like. So you need to decide weekday, weekend, evening, and then the biggie, Eileen, you have to start promoting this event. We're not saying planning. You have to start promoting this event a minimum of 6 weeks out.
Which means that if you're starting your promotion 6 weeks out, your planning needs to take place at least 6 weeks before that, so you know what's going on and how you're going to promote. So you've got everything laid out. So we're really talking about a 12-week timeline before your event even happens. And that is the most important thing that we can tell you is planning. The better you plan it, the more successful it is going to be. And of course, your promoting is part of, you know, how you're going to promote is part of your planning process. So, and once you hit the 6 weeks out, then it's hit the button and you're on track.
You're in high gear. So what's your budget?
Yes, because often, let's face it, sometimes you have to spend a little to make a little. And having a party is going to incur some costs and expenses, which is a good thing because you're going to get it back.
Yeah, you can definitely keep it low. You don't have to spend a fortune, but you have to think about having a budget, you know, for your food, beverages, what you're going to have for people to drink. You may want to buy in some special promotions for the night.
And I have to say something here too, because you know, having worked with manufacturers for so many years, right? Manufacturers often have all sorts of promotions or things left over in the warehouse that they're willing to get rid of at a really good price. So I think it's really important to have a chat with, you know, your favorite manufacturer or distributor and find out what have they got going on. What can you buy in at a really good price that you can use for your promotion and for your event? You could use them, you know, if you get something at a really good price, you can give them away as part of your gift basket or whatever.
Or you can buy one, get one.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So really talk to your manufacturer, distributor, find out what they've got available that can help you really promote this this party, because when you can promote that and tell people, say, hey, we're giving away this or we're giving away that, all of a sudden again you're adding value and people want to be there.
Yeah,
or
because
like you did, you know, like the first
50 people in the door get a gift bag,
right? So it just generates that interest. So,
and honestly, when I tell you, snowstorm lined up out in front of our center waiting to get in the door. I couldn't believe it. I was like blown away.
Exactly. So this can happen to you. So again, you know, often, you know, if they're looking at fall promotions as well, you might be wanting to buy in the latest products, that you've got new products on your shelf for when your party happens. So again, that takes planning, because sometimes it takes a while for products to get to, you know, from the distributor.
Yeah.
So,
and we usually always go to one of our favorite distributors and say, what do you have in the warehouse that you need to
get rid of?
Need to move, and, you know, give us a great deal on it. And that's how we get a lot of our special promotions for these things. So,
and you don't get if you don't ask.
Yeah, you have to ask.
You have to ask.
Yeah.
But they're out there.
They are.
Ask.
And then ask them if they'll donate something.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
I always ask them that too. Would you donate for our prize giveaway?
Well, may I just say something here? I never want to ask them, would you like to? What I like to ask them is, what have you got to give me to give away? You know, that way it's not a yes or no answer. Of course, it's an open-ended question. Yeah. And then it's saying, so what are you going to give me? Not, can I have something? But no, you're assuming they're going to give you something and say, what is it? Okay? Just end nicely and you'll get something. We
have the language queen here. She loves all that.
I like to change the way we think, right?
And then licenses. You may need to get a special event liquor license.
And a lot of it depends on state, province, municipality.
Yeah, so you need to do some research on that.
Right. I know that, you know, where the salon and spa is in Manitoba, you've got, I think you have a vending machine that gives out wine, right?
We do now, but we went through all the expense and time we actually have a liquor license.
Yeah. Well, here in BC, liquor licenses are hard to come by.
Yes. Yeah. But we did. It was a lengthy process, but we used to just always go and get a special event liquor license when we did something before.
So just check your municipality and make sure that it's okay to serve alcohol. And do remember that you're just budgeting, like, say, 1 drink per client. At no time do we really want to encourage,
absolutely not.
So you must be cautious about that as well. It's good, but you have to be careful.
Yeah, liability.
Yes,
liability.
Exactly.
Liability.
Yeah. Okay, and
promoting the event here. This is honestly, if you can plan all you want, but if you don't promote it, if you keep it a secret,
nobody's going to come.
Yeah, nobody will come. So you have to you have to promote it. And I mean, it can be simple. Create a flyer. Just a simple flyer. I will give you some examples as we go along. And one thing I added here, because I really believe that this is critically important today, right now, because video is so where it's at as far as promotion goes.
Exactly. And it can be as simple as doing a little selfie video, holding it up and saying, hey, everybody, we're having a fantastic event on November the 24th, and we're so excited about having you here in the studio to show you what we're doing. And guess what? The first 50 people are going to get this. Come on down.
Or the first 10, depending on the size of your venue.
So, just get out there and just do a short video and then get it out there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be a big production. It can just be
a selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can get these great selfie lights now. I just got one. It was in a box that I got.
I'm so interested in that.
And it clips on your phone, and it's a little selfie light that it actually puts great light on you. So when you're doing a little video like that, it actually looks.
Can I just carry that around with me on a daily basis?
You can, actually. You would love it.
I think so. I'm going to attach it down here, sort of like those chest magnifying glass, and the light's always popping up at me.
But those are the 2 main things. Post the flyer on your website.
Post it everywhere.
Post it everywhere. Put it on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, the video everywhere. And I mean, I'm talking a video that's maybe a minute.
Exactly.
A minute and a half tops.
Also, think about, you want a hard flyer and you want it in a sleeve and a frame on every single station, in the bathroom, on the front desk, everywhere in your salon.
Everywhere.
Or spa.
And this is an important one. Create invitations for your top clients. Personalized invitations. So you can go to your Vagaro system, you can pull off who your top clients are. So if you have 1,000 clients in your database, so let's say you want to take the top 20% of those clients, and that's who you're going to send out those personalized invitations to.
And by personalized, we mean handwritten invitations that
in the
mail that go out to them. And it is incredibly impactful to have that special invitation that they get. Okay. So to keep it in mind. And of course, with your Vagaro system, it's so easy to do. Everything is, the information is right in your database. Yeah. So make use of that database.
Yeah. And think about if there's any other media that in your area that you would use. One thing, we did talk about solicit prizes from distributors, but one thing I want to mention is local businesses, businesses that are around you, or businesses that are complementary to you. Go and talk to them. Ask them if you can put a flyer up in their space, because lo and behold, you might actually get somebody that doesn't come to your spa or salon coming in just to check it out. What more could you want?
And it's always about cross merchandising as well, right? And cross promoting, because if you can get into referral business with your friendly neighbors who are business owners, it's a tremendous way to grow your business as well.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe next door you've got a cookie shop and we're happy to donate cookies. And in your salon, you're going to have, cookies provided by Betty Boop's Bakery.
Yeah,
I like that.
There's
Bakery.
There's so many.
B's.
There's so many things you can utilize that don't cost you money, but you have to get out of your space and go and talk to people and ask.
And you also have to get outside your box of thinking and think outside the box and dare to be different, as we always say, right? Dare to be different.
Alrighty, moving right along. I said I would show you. So this is one of the flyers that we had created for our Beauty by Nature. I want to point out a couple of things.
The hottest
event of the year is one that we bill it as. But scarcity. Get your tickets before they are all gone.
Exactly.
Because we do sell tickets to this event. In this particular event. If it's a Christmas thing, you may not want to sell tickets, but I'll tell you, the ticket thing is amazing, because if you're donating to charity, people really want to feel like they're part of that.
Exactly.
So we've got a few things. So opportunity to purchase the latest in skincare.
So again, they've already talked to their manufacturer. They've found out what's coming in.
Yeah.
They've got it planned, et cetera, because this company.
Yeah, this is a product launch. Yeah.
Because this company always has great things around this time of year that they're bringing out new stuff or new promotion. Yeah. So opportunity to purchase the latest in skincare. And let's face it, our female clients, they want it.
Yeah. And featured product specials. We always, have featured products, and we always usually it's a gift with purchase that we keep for this, and it's pretty significant. If they may be getting if they buy so much, they may be getting a $50 or $65, I think it is, product free.
Right.
So again, but you work with your distributor to do that. And here's a biggie: when we think sales. Future reservation incentives.
Now, I love the way that you word that, because really what we're talking about here is we're selling booking services.
Yeah, we're selling bookings.
Future booking services. And one of the best things that I like about this particular event is that it does take place towards the end of October. Now, that means that a lot of these people, they are going to, and we'll show you some of the incentives that Catherine offers at this event, but that means that these people are making reservations for their services in January and February. After the rush is gone. Yeah. So we are planning future business. We are working on keeping our staff busy during two of the slowest months of the year, January and February.
Absolutely.
And if you do this right, people, you are planning your future. You're going to be busy. You're going to have income and revenue stream develop for January and February.
And we always, always, always have prize draws.
Exactly. Of course. Well, don't forget, you also have free skin consultations. Yeah. You've got the gift with purchase opportunities, and you put it out there. I mean, there's a lot more going on, but these are the highlights of the event. Now, it goes from 1 to 3, but I think you'll find that yours often goes over the 3 o'clock.
Sometimes we now do it on a Monday evening.
Yeah.
So, they always go longer. And this is actually the setup of one of our events. And the lady on the right with the beige sweater on, she is our genius. She's my partner in Winnipeg. She is the genius behind this event, and she is all about sales, that girl. She is amazing, but her clients love her.
Well, let's just throw out a couple numbers here, Catherine, because I think everybody would be impressed when they can actually sort of see what kind of numbers that we're talking about that you've generated through these. Now, remember, Catherine started this quite a few years ago, and every year it's gotten bigger, better, wider, stronger. But just tell us a little bit about a couple of the events and what you've brought in.
Well, we started off doing, I think, maybe can't remember, 10 to 10,000, 10 to 12,000. And the best event we've had to date netted us 23,000.
Okay, that's in one day. Now I think you saw that it's from
That's in
1
a
to
few hours.
Yeah, that's from 1 to 3. Maybe people hung in there till 4, but that's $23,000 generated in sales that in a couple hours. I mean, what's wrong with this picture? Nada. You guys, this is an amazing opportunity.
So this is how we had our tables set up for this product launch event, and then you can see all the people sitting up.
Check out what this sign says, though. It says, today only, for every $10 you spend, you get extra tickets to win prizes. Everybody loves a prize.
Everybody does.
They think that they were getting something for, it's easy.
So moving right along, Christmas.
Yeah. Oh.
Gift card promo. Buy 3 gift cards, get a 4th free. So
this one is, okay, should we talk about dollars here?
Yeah, dollars. We do this one for one day, November 11th. We open from 1 till 3:30. This is was actually a customer appreciation. And this was a few years ago because we have now been in business for 21 years, but we do this every year. And in a snowstorm, $21,000.
Okay, I like this idea, but let's take a look at what this actually is, because not only is it a beautiful card and a beautiful presentation of the promotion, but let's talk a little bit about what the gift card promo is and what it actually does.
So the gift card promo, you can buy any denomination. So it says here starting at 50, we now do it from 25. So you can buy 3 $25 gift cards and you get a $25 gift card free. The $25 gift card that is free must be used between January and March of the following year. So we can control that card, and we can put as many restrictions on that as we want. The other 3 that they buy, whether they give them away for gifts or keep them for themselves, they can use as they like.
Well, one of the interesting statistics too on gift cards, etc., is that there's a certain percentage that actually never get exchanged. So for the dollars that you get back and the 25 or 50 or $100 that you give away, I think you'll find that you never lose out.
No, you don't.
You don't.
But you mean you really, and even as a single operator, you can absolutely do this. There is nothing that you can't do with anything that we're talking about here. You can have a much smaller event, but have an event for your clients.
Well, I think you told me about one of your clients came in, and a local lawyer, I think you said she was, and she bought gift cards for all of her staff. Yeah. And we're talking $100 gift cards. And so
she bought over $1,000. Yeah. She bought over $1,000 worth of gift cards.
Exactly, for her to give out to her staff. And she got a bargain because for every 4 that she bought, she got a couple. Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And you know what they do? She shuts her office down for an afternoon, and they come and they take over the spa.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's a team building thing for her.
What a great idea. Mm-hmm. And again, talk about cross merchandising, right?
Yeah. And then I always recommend that you do this when you're having any event. You can actually use it anytime, but during an event is a great time to do it. I call it the lucky dip draw.
Well, and actually, Kath, just as an insert here, when we're talking about how hard it is to have a customer appreciation while the salon or spa is open, this is actually a great thing that you can do while you're operating.
Absolutely.
So it's one of those events that you can do during the working hours.
Yeah. So we have a fishbowl or a basket or something, and we have all these pieces of paper in there, and they all have something on them. So we usually have 1 large prize, 1 medium prize, and lots of $5 and $10 off your next visit prizes. And then
but the deal is,
you can book your next appointment and draw a prize, or your next 2 appointments and draw a prize.
2 prize.
No, just 1.
Just 1.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you let them do 2 for?
No.
Oh, I think that's something you should add.
Maybe. I never thought about that. But I mean, often we will book your next 2 appointments and get a prize.
Yeah.
Or draw a prize. And that really helps solidify your January or February, or any time that is actually your slow time. You can do this ahead of it. But this is brilliant. I love this draw. I think it's just such a good way to do it. And having it at your events, you can definitely those future reservations.
You're selling your future.
Yeah.
So, you know, if the only thing that you do later on this year is in, say, mid-November, is do this pre-booking draw and start thinking about lining up your calendar book and your schedule for January, February. This is powerful, and it gives you a great opportunity to have a customer appreciation in the salon. Yep. It's a small way to get started, and then you can start thinking about the bigger parties and the bigger events and how they're going to work for you. It's an awesome idea, Catherine.
Yeah, I like this idea. It's always been super successful anywhere we've implemented it. And then Aileen, this is your favorite.
Well, yes, the front desk, the point of sale. And this is where the magic happens. This is probably the most important thing that you can have is your checkout. So that when you're having an event, that somebody is at the desk to finalize the sale, to make sure everything is taken care of, to make sure that your guests have had a good time, to make sure that everything is ready to go. But point of sale also means having what we call pop-ups. So it means that having on your counter those add-on sales, your stocking stuffers, the hand lotions, the travel size, brushes, combs, gift wrap products, because your front desk is where they all come. And for some reason or other, it's really, really hard for people to get to the front desk. And when they see that cute little thing, remember the year that we had the wallets with the phone batteries in it? Oh, they went like that. You know, you find something cool and catchy, people cannot resist picking them up. And those add-on sales, I tell you, they are incredibly powerful, gold. Right?
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching, you know, and they could be lipsticks, lip gloss, little nail polishes, lip liners. I'm in love with silicone lip liners right now. To me, that's the hottest thing possible, right? Got to control the bleed, baby. So, you know, like all sorts of things. There's all sorts of great ideas out there to have on your counter.
Yeah. And take some of your really popular products, and have a few gift wrap so that when some of the men come in or women that are really busy, they don't have to do that. And they're like, oh my God, thank you.
It's all ready to go, right? And the other thing is that who's ever on the front desk, I want you to remember, is not just to take for granted that they're going to pick something up, but to ask. Yes. Have you seen our lovely new wallets that charge your phone while they're in there?
Yes.
Have you tried out this new silicone lip liner? You know, like, just ask. That's all you have to do is just ask, and you will be surprised at what you get. But if you don't ask, you don't get.
So front desk, point of sale, never forget about that.
Exactly.
Anytime, but
powerful.
Particularly when you're doing an event.
Exactly.
So there we go. So you're off and running, and hopefully you will start planning to have one event before
the end of the year. And listen, we would love to hear about your successful events. So if you have an opportunity, if you could drop us a line at 2blondessales@gmail.com, we'd love to hear how it works out for you, because we're so committed to these kinds of things and we want to hear about your success that we can share with other people. Let us know what happens. Send us a copy of your flyer, whatever. Just reach out and touch. And again, we would really, really like to thank Vagaro Salon Systems for having us on today to be able to share some of this information with you. Of course, they are the essence of business as far as we're concerned, because they do it all for us and make our business life easier. So thank you, Kat and team. We are so grateful to be here, and thank you all. And as I said earlier, this PDF will be available through support@vagaro.com.
And hope you have great parties and have lots of profit.
I was thinking you were going to say have a Merry Christmas.
No, have great parties and lots of profit.
We'll see you next month, everybody.
Take care. Goodbye.